back on track for the second time today. PABAR Volkswagen Challenge classes A and C. And Wayne Masters taking the first victory earlier on today, despite some big fights with his brother Bevan and with Rory Atkinson, who was looking for a chance to be at the front end ahead of both the Masters boys. Unfortunately, didn't quite work out. So waiting down on the grid now, two Dunlop girls, also with Dunlop shod machinery, about to go to battle once again. Wayne Masters looking for a double victory here on the day, but it'll be Bevan Masters who starts ahead of him on the grid, and Rory Atkinson and Valdi Mikey's will be just behind. Atkinson will definitely have the advantage of that inside line. We've spoken about on a few occasions in the past about the possibilities there of that inside line being a slightly better traction line than the outside one. On a few occasions you see guys that are in second place or in fourth place on the grid having an opportunity of getting off the line a bit better. So Wayne Masters will certainly be looking to try and get around the front end of this field if he can from that position. Standing by for that green flag at the back of the grid. Just waiting for Graham Nathan, by the looks of things, to make a final adjustment to one of the cars as he makes his way off there from Nathan's Motorsport. And once he's out of harm's way, we will be good to go for race 2 start here of classes A and C of the PABAR Volkswagen Challenge. Green flag pops up at the back of the grid. We go under starters orders now for the second time today, and expect to see some big battles amongst the Class A and Class C competitors as we did in race number 1. Nicole Lombard at the back end of that field, certainly looking to get slightly higher up than what she was in the first one, but watch out for the battle between the two Nocios boys there. Yachty taking the first victory ahead of Stelio, so there'll be, I'm sure, a little bit of niggling between the two of them to see who's going to get the second victory here today. 30-second board goes up, changes to 5. 5 seconds, we go into big race number 2 of PABAR Volkswagen Challenge. There we go. Great start from everybody heading towards turn 1, and once again it is around the outside from Bevan Masters, hanging onto that outside line and not doing what I thought would happen. Wayne Masters was trying to use that inside line to his advantage. Didn't quite work out because he has dropped down to third place behind the bulk logistics car there. Looks like there's going to be a little bit of maneuvering there from Rory Atkinson up into second place. So he is up into that second spot at this point in time, now moving around into turn 3. Up to the top of the hill we go, into turn 5. The top 3 are going into turn 5 and 6 now, and a bit of pressure coming from Wayne Masters onto the back end there of Atkinson. Mikey's ahead of Smallberger, Dale, and then it's Dean Ross. Dean Ross just behind Sam Drisdale as they head down the hill. And then just have a look and see in the background Mike Barbaglia. Problems there for one of the cars, peeling into pit lane. Not the way that Diavolteron, I think, wanted to finish up. That was Diavolteron peeling into the pit lane there. Looks like there's a bit of a change up as well expected there as they came across the line. Yes, Didion Farner just ahead there of the 810 car. And that is Luigi Ferro who's putting the pressure on Tim Farner as they go down towards turn 2. So Class A at this stage, hanging on to the front end, and Farner ahead of Ferro. Now, as we get to the front end, this is Masters putting the pressure onto Atkinson. How's that? Locking up into turn 5 there, and the back wheels just completely stop in the air as they climb on the brakes up into turn 5. Smallberger applying a huge bit more pressure onto main squeeze than what we saw in the first one, and the same thing can be said there from Dean Ross. Dean Ross all over the back end of Dale. We'll move on the outside there from Masters to try and get through. Can he find it? No, he can't. Atkinson keeps him honest. Keeps him at bay for now as they come flying through and completing another lap. 10 lapper, we've done 2 of them, 8 to go. Now onto the brakes, they head down into the last part of turn 2. This is real interesting stuff here between these first couple of contenders in Class A. They haven't really given each other any inkling of what they want to be doing by the time this race finishes up. Back up to the top of the hill. Looks like we've got some problems there for the 24 car of Dimitri Zaverio. Dimitri Zaverio is on the inside. Oh, Masters with some problems as well. He pulled to the inside line there. I wonder what the issue there was on him. That's the reason why. There's a car on the outside and safety car. Safety car has been deployed. So the safety car being deployed there to pick up on our leaders. It'll be looking for Bevan Masters. Masters is heading down the hill now. And he'll get picked up. There must be, the reason for it is Safiro's car was in harm's way in a big way. So now we're under safety car. And the safety car now due to an incident up in turn 5 and 6. That's the reason for it. Dimitri Zaferio's car was in harm's way and basically had to be removed from the circuit. With the assistance there of our Zwartkops and Kyle Army Marshals combined. I'm going to pull it just behind the barrier there, and we should be able to go racing again. There's a very good possibility that we're going to see that car just reversed behind the pit barrier wall, or the barrier wall there, at turn number 6, Kenwood Corner. Another lap under safety car before we can get underway again here for PABAR Volkswagen Challenge race number 2. Classes A and C are on track. It's Dimitri Zaverio's car that had to be pulled off the circuit after an incident up at turn 5 and 6. And we'll wait and see exactly how they sort things out there from that point of view. Masters, Atkinson and Masters are your top 3. Safety car pulling away from the front end, so we are under starters orders again. Bevan Masters is going to dictate the pace across the line. Remember, there's no overtaking until you've crossed that finish line. And that's where we will start the action once again with 6 laps to go. Make it 5 as they cross the line this time. So half race distance achieved and another 5 laps of sprint race action coming away now for Class A and C of PABAR Volkswagen Challenge. Masters from Atkinson, Masters from Monkeys, then it's Smallberger, Dale, Dean Ross, Mike Bavaglia. Much better start this time from Mike B as he heads in towards turn 2, trying to stay on the back end there of Dean Ross. And as they come down in the braking, you can see also a little bit of a late braking maneuver there from Mfana, Ferro, Lombard. It looks like it is Yoti Nusia still leading things out in Class C. So he's got, at this stage, is that Bjorn Berthold? Yeah, Bjorn Berthold and Stelia for 2nd and 3rd in Class C. Cruiser in 4th in the ATE Brakes car. Here we go, heading into that one, and the battle continues there. As you can see, the 79 car there under a little bit of threat. There's some pressure being applied at the back end of the field too. Charles Anderson soaking up that pressure, trying to find a way through on Michael Zafiro just up the road from him, but also staying ahead of Dino Smit. That's how things stand in Class C's back end. as they come down the hill. This is Class A's, and here comes Class C. Here they come. Class C's leader, Yachty Nosios. Big move on the inside there from the PABAR car of Berthold. And has he been able to get through? Oh, he's squeezing Yachty. Looking for a way past. Oh, there's a touch on the main straightaway between the two of them. Well, that's one way to get through. Just force your way through and then cut the nose off. Berthold now ahead of the two Nosios boys, and Yachty wasn't too happy about that. And we fix cars. Car comes straight back, and yeah, there you go. Having a big look on the inside and returns the favour. So whatever you can do, I can do. And that's exactly what it is. 1 for 1 heading into turn 2. Now out into turn 3 and onto the back straight away. Nicole Lombard trying to stay out of harm's way there. Not always an easy thing to do there. But let me tell you something, you're going to have your work cut out for you, because there's a huge battle behind coming along for the ride. Yachty Nosios now trying to come back at the man who was very, very strong in his overtaking manoeuvre there in Bjorn Berthold. Stelio now trying to come back at Yachty. Going to have what it takes here under braking up into turn 5. Nosios boys looking behind them in the rearview mirrors. They'll see that ATE brake machine of Philip Cruiser coming along for the ride as well. So it's certainly not done here between these competitors. Further up the field, into Class A we go. Masters up in the second place behind Bevan. So Wayne Masters has moved ahead now of Rory Atkinson. Atkinson at this point in time sticking right on the bumper of Wayne Masters in the Performance Masters Polo. Is Valdi Monkeys and Smallberger fighting for 4th behind that, and then a little bit of a gap to Dale. Dale down to Dean Ross in the Norbrake car. And then behind that you can see starting to make his way up onto the back end, but hasn't quite bridged that gap, is Mike Babaglia. So Mike Babaglia with a bit of work to do to catch Dale and Dean Ross. We'll wait and see if that's actually going to happen in the closing stages here. We've got 2.5 laps to go. And on to the brakes into turn 6 they come. And a little bit of a gap now being closed down there between Wayne Masters and Bevan. Wayne Masters has closed down on Bevan Masters big time there. Mike Babaglia still with a bit of a fight on his hands in the background as well. PABAR car having a super run so far, but Sabertech also starting to get into the mix. Oh, there's a change up. Philip Cruiser diving on the inside of Yachty Nosios. I wonder if Yachty's got some damage on that car after that little tag between himself and Bjorn Berthold, because Philip Cruiser has managed to get past him, and Stelio has got away from him. There is Class C's leader in the R Energen machine, I should say, or Renogen machine. That is Bjorn Berthold. And then behind that you can see Nosios under attack and losing out on that battle to the man from ATE. We've got 2 to go, lap and a half to go here as they head to the top of the hill. Masters and Masters 1 and 2, Atkinson in 3. So it's CPS Warehouse versus Performance Masters versus the BHIT Bulk Logistics Polos. Holding Monkeys and Derek Smallberger just behind that. There is Class C's leader once again, seeing the Renogen car of Berthold pulling away now from Stelio. And from Chasing Cars having a super run there now, this time in Heat 2. Ahead there of Yachty and Philip Cruiser. Cruiser in fact ahead of Yachty. Last lap starts now for the Masters boys, and it's Wayne Masters who starts the lap in the lead. So Wayne Masters must have dived into turn 8 to get ahead of Bevan, and he's made it stick. Now can he keep it together for the next 7 corners? Very important to do that as he goes into the back straightaway once again, leading for the first time in this race after the safety car. Rory Atkinson looking to dive on the inside into turn 4. He's having a big look into turn 4. Bevan Masters opened up the door and Rory said, "I'll have that. Thanks very much. I'll take second place if you don't want it." As he heads to the top of the hill, Bevan Masters might be having a little bit of issues here on the car in the closing stages. They got 3 corners to go, and he's dropped to 3rd. So it is Wayne Masters looking for the victory here for the second time today. As they head down the hill, it looks like it's plain sailing for him, and he's going to go to the flag to take the victory here. Here we go. Checkered flag is out for Wayne Masters for the second time, and the Performance Masters Polo wins out. Ahead of BHIT Bulk Logistics, Rory Atkinson, CPS Warehouse in third place with Bevan Masters at the wheel. Monkeys in fourth, I beg your pardon. And it's Derek Smallberger there in the 5 spot. Bertolt, Nocios, and Cruiser will be your top 3 in Class C. As Philip Cruiser's pulled ever so slightly away. In fact, watch out in the background there, Dave. Zafiro coming to the line, possibly going to steal Yotti Nocios' 4th place away from him in the closing stages. There goes your leader in Class C and the winner, Bertolt from Stelio Nocios. Now the WeFix Cars just stays in 4th place behind the man who stole 3rd away from him earlier on in the race there, Philip Cruiser. Michael Zafiro nearly got through though. So awesome to see that race action. And of course Wayne Masters, Rory Atkinson, Bevan Masters, Valdi Mikey's and Derek Smallberger were your top 5 in Class A. Bjorn Bertolt, Stelio Nocios, Philip Cruiser, Yotti Nocios, and Michael Zafiro, your top 5 in Class C.
I started in 3rd, had a good start, got into 2nd behind Bevan, and then we held a bit of status quo for a lap or 2 until a safety car came out. Wasn't too sure what caused it, but then on the restart we all got off together, and Wayne just had an amazing race, incredible pace, and congratulations to him on the win.
Yeah, it was unbelievable. Moving up from C to B, big change in driving style and a different bunch of people that we race with. But geez, what a jaw out there. It was really, really fun. Second race, Elna all over the back of me. And geez, I had my mirrors full, my hands full, just trying to keep her there, but it was great. Thanks to the SKR team for everything they do for us. And to the VW Challenge, PABAR, everyone. It's a great bunch of guys.